Now we have the basics. So this is really the time to make that jump. And in these 5 years, Uganda will become a middle-income country.
Let's go back to the elections. There's been a clampdown, especially on the main two opposition leaders, Amama Mbabazi and Dr. Kizza Besigye. You've been holding them, and especially for Dr. Kizza Besigye, he can't go out. Or are you threatened by any chance?
Not threatened by, but they wanted to cause violence. They wanted to cause violence. First of all, Besigye was trying to declare his own results, which were false, but also to incite violence by some youth going to attack petrol stations and so on, and we had to stop that.
Isn't that an assumption? Because he didn't even declare. Weren't you assuming?
We were not assuming, because we had intelligence. We had intelligence. We don't want to create chaos in our country. We cannot allow somebody to do. You cannot see somebody going to kill a person, and you say, "Let him kill him," so that we can confirm that he wanted to kill him. If I've got categorical information that he wants to, I want to kill you, action should be taken on me to prevent.
But even in the court of law, he didn't say anything. How would you even defend yourself?
Oh, we have the evidence. We have the evidence. In the court, we will produce it.
What about Amama Mbabazi?
They were colluding. They were working together. They were working together. But Besigye is the one who was more reckless.
So how long are you going to hold them?
No. Now the elections are over. The results are declared. The people know what happened. But we are also using other methods to demobilize. Because Besigye cannot riot by himself. Or even if he does, he will not be effective. He only becomes effective if he riots with some youth. And those ones were engaging in dialogue. There would be no riots in Kampala.
The observers, the EU, specifically said the elections lacked independence and transparency. And in a way, it's the same thing that Dr. Kizza Besigye was complaining about, irregularities.
You know, those Europeans are not serious. This is my problem with them, not only in the matter of election, but in so many other things. The transparency, that's what we have been fighting for. This biometric voting, the fingerprint, where your fingerprint is unique. This is what we have been fighting for. When you vote with that, you eliminate anybody who wants to do multiple voting, who wants to impersonate another one. They should be saluting that, because that's the real solution.
But the EU also spoke about heavy military presence.
This is because, Uganda is not going to be like some of the other African countries, which they are used to. Because of a young culture of democracy, some of these participants are not civil. You see how some of them, like Besigye, have been behaving. You go to invade a government house. Why?
But he must have had a reason to do that.
He didn't have the reason. But even if he had a good chance. These big people are here. They would have said, he would have approached them. You people, I've been telling you there is rigging in Uganda. There's something going on here. Then they could say, they could contact me, say, Mr. President, or contact the concerned ministers. Want to go to that house and see what is there. Let's see whether we would have said no.
So with the term limits, are there any plans of changing the term limits for presidents?
We don't believe in term limits. The people who talk of term limits, we don't agree with them. We think they are not really addressing the real issue. The real issues in Africa are not who, they are what.
When you say we, who do you mean we?
We in the NRM, our party, We discussed this and we said, please.
What about the people of Uganda?
Oh, they voted on it. They have voted for me because they know that it's not the first time. They have just voted. They were being told that issue. They ignored it. They don't believe in it. Why don't we instead address issues of substance? East African Federation. I don't hear anybody talking about that. They're talking about European football clubs. Which club is what? I don't even know any name of those clubs. So, instead of talking about the future of Africa, you're talking about term limits, about who will sit on this chair. Why don't you talk about the future of Africa?
But that is part of it. People talk about their leaders, and some people think that their leaders shouldn't be there like forever. So that's part of the discussion.
If you don't want them to be there forever, you vote them out. The issue is not being there forever. The issue is availability.